If you're working with text inside of Inkscape, there's a very easy way that you can make drop shadow. I'm going to show you two methods, and they're both pretty simple, so it's total personal preference. The first is you're going to write your text out. So here I've got my nice big text. And then if you want to create a shadow, you can simply go Control-C and Control-V, and that'll copy and paste a secondary piece of text. Down at the bottom, you can then simply change the color. So here I'm going to change it to pink, for example, and then you can just drag it right over top, and you can create your drop shadow very easily. Now, because I have only two things selected here, I can also group this together. So I can do Control-A, that groups both. You can see there's two outlines now, and I can go to Object and then Group. Now this is going to act as if it's one. When I move it, it simply moves as one. So that's the first way to do it. That's pretty simple. The second way you can do this is when you've got your text selected, simply go up here to Filters and then go to Shadows and Glows or Textures. There's a lot of different options here. I like going to Shadows and Glows, and I'm going to go to Drop Shadow. You're going to get this menu that comes up, and what I recommend is clicking on the Live Preview button. That will update this now in real time. And then you can select your blur color. I'm going to select red, for example, and then my options. You can see it's changing over time. There's a vertical offset there as well. So blur radius. Now there's also a shadow type, and I'm going to go to inner or outer. There's all sorts of neat effects here. Shadow only, and of course inner cutout. So if you just want drop shadow, just go to outer, and then make sure that your blur color is set so that it's strong. So what I mean by that is you've got these different colors you can select, but see how the alpha channel is only at 50? You can change that alpha channel to 100, for example, and you can see now it's starting to glow in the background. I'm also going to change this one up top here. This light, this changes to white, this changes to black. So you'd want to change this right into the middle, make that nice and red. And if you don't want it to be blurry, then simply down the blur radius, and you'll see it's now pretty hard red. So I'm pretty happy with the way that looks. I'm going to click Apply and then Close. So one of the things you may have noticed is I maxed out my drop shadow. I couldn't make it go any bigger because the options, it was already at 50 and 50. So all you have to do is just open it up again, go to the blur color, click Apply, and you'll see it grows one more time. Now I do want to point out, it is putting these little nubs down below. It's actually stacking them on top of each other. So just be aware that may not be an option that you like if you want to make a really large drop shadow. If you want to make a really large drop shadow, just do the first option, which is to simply Control-C, Control-V, make a secondary text, make it red, and then you can put it underneath or over top. I like it over top like this, or you can put it underneath. Simply right click, go to Layers and Objects, and then just move the text down to the bottom. And you'll see it right there. It's now moved. You can make that as pronounced or as subtle as you like. Hope you found this walkthrough helpful. I love using Inkscape. Lots of things to do in there. Here's another video on how you can have some fun with this great program.